Hello, everybody. This week we are discussing everything, and I really love this idea. Molly's post about everything being connected and some of the conversation that's come out of that post already about quantum physics and the idea of truth and science and our realities are all really interesting subjects. And I'm so glad to open up a conversation. I'm glad to have people watching and listening and participating. It's really exciting. And everything being connected makes me think of a movie that I watched back, in the early 2000s. I liked it so much I bought the DVD. This was before Netflix existed on smart televisions and all the ways that we can see things on our computers now. I think I still had a Netflix subscription that mailed me a DVD like once a month or whenever I would return one. And so it's really fun to think back to those times, to when things were so different and technology moved a little bit slower. We didn't have so much access to information, and I really enjoy the access we have now to everyone, and the idea that we are all so connected through our phones, so connected through in our lives through the access of technology. And I'm excited to be here to share some of my thoughts about everything. One of the concepts that Molly brought up was the idea that our perspectives, similar to our bodies, are all part of a bigger system. And having a concept, having an understanding of that perspective, of everyone's individual perspective based on their personality type, is really powerful. And I think the more we realize that we could perceive the world so similarly to some people and perceive the world so differently than others, and that those perceptions are okay. It's okay to have those different ways that we look at the world, and those realities and those truths that we all live in are true to us. That's something I grew up hearing from my mother my whole life, that my feelings are true to me. And we all want to feel validated in how we feel. We all want to feel understood and heard and listened to. And some people, when you meet them, are going to have a quicker understanding of how you communicate. So I like to think about the IMR system and the personalities in a way that if I meet a new person, even if I don't know their personality or they don't know their color, I don't know their color, sometimes I can meet someone and it takes just a few words for me to communicate my point to someone. And sometimes I meet someone and no matter how hard I try, we seem to have a misunderstanding. And I think a lot of that is from this very powerful knowledge of the IMR system and personality, that those very deeply rooted understanding, that very deeply rooted understanding of how we perceive the world can connect us to certain people. And the more we understand the personalities and the perspectives, the more connected we can feel to all people, even if we don't share the same view of the world. So I love this concept of everything. I hope everyone continues to post and share and discuss. I think this is one of my favorite ones so far. And I wanted to tell you all that movie that I watched all those years ago on quantum physics was called What the Bleep Do We Know? And the bleep, like B-L-E-E-P, what the bleep do we know? And I don't know if you can even find it anymore. I still own it on DVD, but I think it's a really fun movie. At the time, my husband is a sign language interpreter, and at the time I was really into signing. It was part of our lives on a daily basis, and there's a deaf actress in the movie as well. So it was fun for me on a lot of levels. And that's also one of those ideas that like everything is connected. So as you go through life, certain things are going to happen in your life that make you feel like you're kind of living in that stream or that flow of energy where things are kind of working out. You're going to have days that aren't like that. But sometimes when we're really taking care of ourselves and feeding ourselves and meditating or doing yoga or exercising and taking care of our own internal dialogue, we can have that feeling of connectedness with the world where things just sort of start to happen that just feel kind of magical. And that concept and that thought and that feeling of a magical world that we live in is really powerful. And I really hope that people have an opportunity to experience that. And the more they learn about themselves, the more you learn about yourself, the more you understand the world around you, I think the better chance we all have of feeling the magic that exists in our world. So thank you all for coming this week and showing up. And I hope you enjoyed this post, and I look forward to hearing from you.